Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I hope you're all doing splashingly well. I am very good myself. I am very excited. In a few short hours, my husband and I are going to go see one of our favorite comedians in person, Sebastian Maniscalco. Uh, he's in a lot of movies. He does a lot of stand-up. He's always on Netflix. So if you guys want to check him out, he's on there. He's pretty funny. So I'm excited to go do that. But anyway, so for today's video, let's get to. It's Chantal and Salah, their courthouse marriage video. I thought we could watch this and have a few laughs together and start our week off right. So here we go. Filters be filterin', am I right? It's like porcelain. There's not a single pore on her face. And the lips, that lipstick. Look, I know people overline their lips. I get it. I know that's the trend. Bigger lips are more attractive. Okay, whatever. But when one side is so much higher than the other, you might want to rethink your choices, Chantal. Also, she looks a little petrified. Like, am I really gonna do this? Girl. Oh, I wanted to mention something. I was watching recently one of her old videos. It was where she had bought herself the Jafar Disney engagement ring from Nodder that she bought for herself. Like, basically, she was engaged to herself for a short period of time. And she was saying in the video that she bought a size 9 for her ring. Now, granted, this was a couple years ago. She was a little smaller then, obviously, with the diet of cocaine and Ozempic. She was smaller, but her hands didn't change that much. Let me just say that there is no way in hell a size 9, even if she meant a men's size 9, would fit her chubby fingers. Look at the indentation on that ring finger. That's a man's ring. That is a man's ring. Salah bought her a man's wedding band. I have never seen her ring up close like this. I just see flashes of it when she moves her hand. She doesn't really show it much. But that's a man's wedding ring. Am I wrong?
Hi, baby. We are today in the court and we are waiting.
مبروك مبروك صلاح عند شانتال مبروك إن شاء الله مبروك.
Thank you.
مبروك مبروك مبروك.
God bless, whatever he's saying. You did it, Salah. You found a stupid enough person, a stupid enough Western woman to do this with you.
Hello guys, we just finished from the marriage contract and we are going home to celebrate.
Yep. Marriage contracts. That's romantic. Look, full disclosure, I got married back in 2023. We went to the courthouse. We didn't do it at the courthouse. It was funny because we were going to the courthouse to do it. And then when we got there, we were talking to the woman and she's like, I happen to know the judge in that town. Like I'm like, my family is friends with their family. So she's like, hey, so-and-so is judge whatever is actually free today. She's like, do you want her to just swing by and marry you outside? I was like, okay. So that's what we ended up doing instead of doing it at the courthouse. But never did I ever hear someone say marriage contract. That right there, to me, is such a big red flag. I know it's silly and it's just semantics, but look at the way he's dressed. this is not a special day for him, right? And meanwhile, she's just like, I got married, Dad, or look, somebody married me, you know, like.
Wedding party.
Hi guys, so
What the fuck kind of marriage wedding photo is this? We just committed visa fraud.
I just decided to put together a few snaps of our courthouse wedding bees. I know it doesn't look like much to some, but for us it
And that's what I'm trying to say, like,
meant wedding bees. I know it doesn't look like much to some, but for us it meant everything. It was very
you don't have to have a huge wedding for it to mean. That's what I'm saying. Like, my wedding was literally a few people, like my family. That's it. Like I said, it was a spur of the moment wedding. We were going to get married that day anyway, but it doesn't matter, right? This could have been romantic. It doesn't matter, right? It's what you the two of you bring to your wedding day. That's what matters. I think we can all agree on that. However, like for example, one of my siblings had not a huge wedding, but a pretty decent sized wedding. Like they had at a venue, and they had, you know, catering and the DJ and all that, all those 9 yards, right? And I did it the exact opposite way. But we each had a great time. We each, you know, we did our own thing how we wanted to do it, and it was a good time. You didn't have, like, this could have been fine if it was real. That's my whole point with that.
special because well, for me at least, I was marrying my soulmate. And
For you, at least? What about Salah? Was he marrying his soulmate? And how well do you know someone talking to them for 2 weeks on the phone? Like, I'm of the mindset, especially how my husband and I met. We met in 2008 playing a video game. Okay, so I understand people make connections, especially online. You get to know someone really, really well. You know all their ins and outs, but you still haven't met them yet. And I can't imagine my husband and I knowing each other for even a month. Let's just say a month. And meeting and getting married the first time you meet them. Like, it's just red flag after red flag after red flag. He cheated on her a few times now that she found out about. Like, that's another thing, you guys. We have to remember. He cheated on her 2 weeks ago, like less than a week and a half, and she found out. Things just cycle so fast in the Chantal world that we forget. You know, everyone's like, why is Salah like letting her buy all this crap and letting her say all these things? Because he's still trying to make up for the fact that she caught him cheating again. Let's not forget that.
I know Salah feels the same way.
Yeah,
And mashallah, mashallah, I am so happy. And I just want to share a little bit with you guys. We went to a courthouse. It was not a religious wedding. It was just done at the court.
I just want to know why there's so many more pictures of the buildings than the actual newly married couple. Soulmate, happy couple. Like, why are we looking at the building so much?
We're more focused on the legal side of things, just being legally married, and we'll have a wedding at some point, maybe in the future.
They never did. 2+ years later.
Inshallah. So for now, this is all we decided we're comfortable with showing you.
Because this is all they did. Again, if there is any content to be made from anything these two ever do, it will be made into content. They're not doing anything special off camera. Everything is content.
People will just have to keep speculating and accusing us of being fake married. That's fine with us. We have decided that we will.
Imagine doing a video like this about your wedding day, okay? Okay. But like, for her to actually have to talk about people speculating on whether or not the marriage is real in that video, isn't that a little strange? Like, why is that even coming up in this video? Like, don't talk about that, right?
will not be showing any kind of personal marriage contract. Number one, that's not anyone's business. And number two, we just don't feel comfortable with that kind of personal information being circulated online. So,
Because you're not really married, because you are there committing visa fraud.
that will be our personal information. And also, I will not be sharing personal information like my status here in Kuwait and things like that. But what we will do is just share a few snaps, like I said, of our day. So I will explain a bit of the process from my perspective. Basically,
What the hell kind of face is he even making in this picture?
we had to go to this courthouse, and there were a lot of stairs to go up to get in.
It's like the 5th time we've seen this photo. It's the same photo she keeps showing over and over again.
And the place was very busy and had many, many floors. The elevator area was chaotic. People were waiting a long time to get in an elevator, and they were jam-packed. This
I bet she loved that. Did she take her elevator poop bag with you?
is one instance where I appreciate the gender segregation, and the women had their own elevators and like a lift attendant. So that was awesome.
Why the hell is there a lift attendant? Maybe because it's such a big place. You don't normally see them anymore. Like, people know how to press their own buttons, I guess.
Which you'll see in the video as well, in the video snaps. And so then we went up to the floor where we had to wait to get to a courtroom. We did just...
Also, why are the elevators split between the sexes? That just gives me like separate but equal bullshit that we used to have in the past in this country, in the United States. That bullshit line of reasoning. But again, this is a Muslim country, so whatever.
It was a bit of a process. You have to file for marriage and all this and that. And so I know there's going to be some details left out, but again, these are just personal things, and we appreciate our privacy being respected. Yeah, so
Sure.
a lot of people just feel entitled to certain information, and it's just, no, we have a right to privacy. So also, but there are some things I don't mind sharing with you guys. So also we got into the courtroom, and we stood in front of two judges, and they basically asked me, they wanted to make sure that I accepted the marriage with Salah, and that he did pay me the, I think they call it mahr, if I'm pronouncing that right. It's something that Muslims in most Islamic countries do. The husband has to pay legally, give a gift, monetary gift.
So, a dowry? Okay. I know it's a Muslim country, and I know they love their antiquated laws back over there, right? But that sounds like a motherfucking dowry.
To the wife, and one during the marriage as well. So that's I did that's personal as well, but we agreed to. But it's every marriage that happens here. So
I bet he bought her some kind of homemade beezer spray. That's why she's not sharing it with us. I just snorted, by the way. That's why she's not sharing it with us. Because she knows we're just gonna rinse it, like, for real.
Also, they asked me where my father was, which really was an odd question to me, because
Why? It's a very patriarchal, heavy society. Why is that a crazy question? You didn't even look. See what I mean? Like, if this was me and I was going to a foreign country with a completely set of different rules and like laws, I would want to know, what are they going to ask me? Like, I would over prepare to fuck and back. But that's just how I am. But like, I would have seen like, okay, what kind of questions can they ask me? I want to be prepared. I want to make sure that I've got answers for everything, because don't forget, she's doing this illegally. So I would have just been like on my shit. If I'm going to do something like I know I shouldn't be doing, I'm going to make sure I don't get caught. You know what I mean? Like, and that's just the basic level of preparation that she just doesn't give a shit about. She, God forbid, she does anything in advance.
Just really, but it, you know, it made me realize how important father figures are in the lives of women here. So as parental figures,
And your dad never wanted you. Sucks to suck. Your mom kicked you out when you were 15. She didn't want you either. Looks like nobody wants you, Chantal.
the family structure is very, very sacred here. So you don't have many single parents, if, I don't know, if any, unless, you know, even if women are widowed or whatever, or divorced, they usually seek another husband and vice versa. So usually the father is present to give the blessing for the marriage. So I had to explain that I don't talk to my father, and they just kind of looked at me sadly. So Salah had to explain for me.
Look at how he's dressed. This guy, this is just another day for this loser. And she's like, I love you. I love you. It's so cringy.
He's so supportive in ways I can't even tell you guys. And yeah, so I'm so happy. And this was an experience for sure.
You know, I'm just getting 90 Day Fiance, Muhammad and Danielle. Was that her name? She was the frumpy woman from like Ohio or something who was getting with that guy from, was he Moroccan, Muhammad? And she had no money, but she didn't tell him. Like, they were both terrible people from what I can remember. But this just reminds me of it. Like, young, much younger, slim, somewhat hip kind of person. And then just frumpy dumpy Danielle just like sitting next to him like, I love you. Meanwhile, he like, everyone can see that he doesn't like, he's just disgusted by her. He was the one that refused to kiss her during their marriage ceremony. Do you guys remember that? Because he said he was Muslim and you're not allowed to do that in public. I remember that.
I don't know what else there is to say, really. I guess just that we had to wait for a bit in the courtroom. Outside of the courtroom is what you see some of the snaps of, and then inside the courtroom. And I know there's a lot of confusion as to, well, the status and all this, and the actual dates of marriage and the actual contract of marriage, but those are all things that most people don't show online whenever they get married. They usually just show the wedding ceremony. We didn't have one as of yet. Again, it was just it was a very quick courthouse wedding for now, but inshallah in the future we will organize some kind of party. So it was just low-key and celebrated.
Who would they invite? Her parents will, like, her mother refuses to go. Same with the rest of her family. They don't want to go there. That's just not on the card. They know what this is, right? So they don't want anything to do with this, which makes sense, and I agree with them. Who the fuck would they invite? His family wants nothing to do with her either. They have no more friends that will, like, no mutual friends that would, like, accept this fake union. God, that is just sad.
We celebrated with friends and family afterwards in private. But
like, why are there no photos of the two? Like, this is literally, you're looking at him like fawning all over him. Like, oh, please notice me, sir. He's sitting there with your marriage contract balled up in his hand, in jeans and a stupid shirt. This is the most pathetic thing I've seen on the side of some back street in Kuwait. Okay.
That's basically all we did for the time being. And we will, if we do have some kind of celebration in the future that we can make public, we will. But there's a lot in my life now that I'm keeping private. And marriage details, I think you can appreciate. especially with the amount of sleuths we have online. Very invasive. The internet can be very invasive, so we just really think it's in our best interest to keep a lot private. But we did want to share a little bit of the day with you. So it was a very nice day, very special to marry my soulmate, and I couldn't be happier. I couldn't have asked for a more supportive husband in every single way, and I feel very, very blessed. And I'm just going to try to take advantage of being positive and appreciate these blessings that God has given. He's given me a wonderful...
Bitch, excuse me, you haven't been fucking baptized. Okay? Like, relax. You said an oath in a room with a woman. Like, alhamdulillah. Congratulations. Like, you weren't baptized. You literally had to do nothing to become a Muslim. Because you're not a Muslim.
man to take care of me, and as husband and wife, this is of course my first marriage.
It's my first marriage.
And may it be the only one in my life, inshallah. And thank you guys so much for watching this, and we will see you in the next video.
Odious, stupid, dumb, pointless, learned nothing, was taught nothing, witnessed pretty much close to nothing. It's just these two chuckleheads. Like, oh God, you guys. Just tonight, when you're chilling out and it's time to relax for the day, just think about the people in your life who you love. And just be grateful that those relationships are real. Because the opposite, like the other side of the coin is you could be like Chantal, where not a single person in the world gives a shit about her. And that's why she's miserable. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know this was a little bit more biting than I normally do, but coming off the heels of all that nasty video she made about the reaction channels, so I'm feeling a little way today. So I do apologize if I was a little bit more rude than usual. I'll try to do better in the future. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have an awesome day and take care. See you guys later. Sorry.